Hi, Owen. Welcome back to English Conversations Made Easy. Today, we're going to talk about something super useful, how to meet new people in English.
Hi, Grace. That sounds great. I always feel a little nervous when I meet someone new in English.
That's totally normal. Everyone feels that way, even native speakers. The good news is that small talk is built on patterns. Once you learn the rhythm, it feels natural. And you know what? Research shows that most people feel anxious about starting conversations, so you're not alone. The difference between someone who seems confident and someone who seems shy is often just knowing what to say next.
Okay, I like patterns. What's the first thing we should do?
First impressions start with a greeting. The most common one is just hi or hello. Then you can add something like nice to meet you. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Perfect. That's friendly and simple. You can also say hey if the situation is casual, like if you're meeting someone your own age or at school. Now, here's something important. Your body language matters just as much as your words. When you greet someone, make eye contact for a few seconds, smile genuinely, and, if appropriate in the culture you're in, offer a handshake or a wave.
So, hi and hello are safe for everyone, but hey is more relaxed.
Exactly. Hey is casual, but it's very common in North America and increasingly around the world. If you say, hey, nice to meet you, it sounds friendly and confident. There's also hi there, which is warm and approachable, or good morning or good afternoon, if you want to be a bit more formal or acknowledge the time of day.
Okay, got it. What should I say after that?
Usually, people ask how you are. It's not really a deep question. It's just part of the greeting ritual. You can say, how are you? Or, how's it going? There's also, how are you doing? Or the very casual, what's up? But be careful with what's up. It's very informal and mainly used with people your age or younger.
And the answer is something like, I'm fine, thank you?
That works, but it sounds a little formal and textbook-like. A more natural answer would be, good, thanks. How about you? Or, I'm doing well, thanks. You could also say, pretty good or not bad. These are incredibly common and sound very natural. The key is to keep it brief and then return the question.
Good, thanks. How about you?
Perfect. You sound natural. Notice how you returned the question? That's called reciprocating in conversation, and it's essential in English-speaking cultures. It shows you're interested in the other person, not just talking about yourself.
What if I want to sound more enthusiastic?
Great question. You can say, I'm great, thanks, or doing awesome, thanks, or even fantastic. Just keep it short and positive. However, be authentic. If you sound too enthusiastic when you don't feel it, it can come across as insincere. A genuine, good, thanks, with a smile is better than an over-the-top, amazing, if that's not really how you feel.
Okay, I'm great, thanks. How about you?
That's perfect. Try it again naturally, like you're meeting a friend.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm great, thanks. How about you?
That's really good. Remember to smile when you say it, even if you're practicing alone. Smiling changes your tone. It actually changes the shape of your mouth and makes your voice sound warmer and friendlier. People can literally hear when you're smiling, even over the phone.
I can hear that. My voice actually sounds happier.
Exactly. People can feel it. Now, after greetings, the next step is exchanging names. You can say, I'm Owen, or my name's Owen.
Is there a difference?
I'm Owen is more common and conversational. My name's Owen sounds a bit formal or like you're introducing yourself in class or at a professional conference. In very formal situations, you might even say, my name is Owen Chen, with your full name. But in casual settings, just your first name is perfect.
So if I'm meeting a new friend, I should say, I'm Owen?
Yes. Then the other person usually says, nice to meet you, Owen. I'm Grace. Notice how they repeated your name? That's a sign of active listening and helps both people remember.
Let's practice that.
Sure, I'll start. Hi, I'm Grace.
Hi, Grace. I'm Owen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. That's the standard pattern. Now, sometimes people forget names quickly. It happens to everyone. So, it's polite to repeat the other person's name once during the introduction. It helps both of you remember, and psychologically, people like hearing their own name. It creates a small connection.
So I can say, nice to meet you, Grace.
Exactly. That's friendly and natural. You could also use their name when asking your first question. So, Grace, have you been here before? Using someone's name shows attentiveness and respect.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Perfect. Now, after introductions, small talk usually starts. That's the part people find awkward, but it doesn't have to be. Small talk serves a purpose. It's a way to find common ground and determine if you want to continue the conversation.
I never know what to say.
The trick is to ask simple, open questions about the situation you're in. For example, if you're at a class, you can say, "Is this your first time taking this course?" The key word here is open. That means questions that can't be answered with just yes or no. Or, if they can, you make sure to add something yourself.
Oh, that makes sense. You talk about the thing you have in common.
Exactly. Context gives you ideas. If you're at a party, you can say, "How do you know the host?" If you're at a wedding, "Are you friends with the bride or the groom?" If you're waiting in a long line, "Wow, it's crowded today, isn't it?" These context-based openers feel natural because they're genuinely about the shared experience.
How do you know the host? That's a good one.
Or if you're at work, "What do you do here?" Or "Which department are you in?" If you're at a conference, "What brought you to this event?" Or "Have you been to any good sessions yet?"
So the question changes depending on where you are.
Yes, let's practice. Imagine we're at a conference. I'll start. Hi, I'm Grace.
Hi, I'm Owen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is this your first time at this event?
Yes, it is. I've never been to this conference before. What about you?
I came last year. It's a great place to meet people. What sessions are you most interested in?
Probably the ones about digital marketing. I'm trying to learn more about that field.
Oh, great. Have you been to the morning keynote yet?
Not yet. Is it good?
Very good. The speaker has amazing insights. You should definitely check out the afternoon panel too.
Okay, that was pretty natural.
It was. You kept the conversation balanced. You answered, then asked me back. That's key in English. Always bounce the conversation back once. Think of conversation like tennis. You hit the ball back and forth. If you just answer and stop, the conversation dies. If you only ask questions without sharing about yourself, you seem like an interviewer. Balance is everything.
So don't just say yes or no. Add something.
Exactly. Add a little detail, then ask a question. That's how small talk flows. Here's a formula. Answer, detail, question. For example, yes, I just moved here last month. How long have you been in the area?
I like that. It feels like a rhythm.
It is. Let's try a different scenario. At school.
Okay.
I'll start. Hey, I'm Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Are you new here?
Yeah, it's my first week. How about you?
I've been here since last year. What program are you in?
I'm studying computer science. You?
Business management. Cool. You're good at coding?
I'm learning. Still a beginner. There's so much to learn.
That's great. I love how you added that honest detail about being a beginner. That makes conversations warmer. You also showed humility, which is appealing to people. Nobody likes someone who brags, but everyone relates to someone who's still learning.
People like it when you're relaxed.
Exactly. English small talk isn't about perfect grammar. It's about being friendly and keeping the conversation light. Native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time in casual conversation. What matters is the connection you're building.
So if I make a mistake, it's fine?
Totally fine. People care more about your attitude than your grammar in casual talk. If you say, "I go there yesterday," instead of "I went there yesterday," people will still understand you perfectly. They probably won't even notice because they're focused on what you're saying, not how you're saying it. Obviously, grammar helps, but in the moment, confidence and friendliness matter more.
That's good to know. Sometimes I stop talking because I don't want to sound stupid.
I understand that feeling, but remember, silence is worse. Confidence beats perfection. When you stop talking because you're worried about making mistakes, the conversation becomes awkward. But when you keep talking, even if you stumble a bit, people appreciate your effort and openness. Most people are very forgiving and actually admire someone learning a new language.
Confidence beats perfection. Got it.
Nice. Repeat that again, just for fun.
Confidence beats perfection.
Perfect. See? You sound like a pro already. Now, let me give you a few more tools for your conversation toolkit. One powerful... Wow, that's cool. How long have you been there?
About 2 years.
Great. That's natural conversation. Always build on what the other person says. Now, you could make that even stronger by adding why you moved. For example, about 2 years, I moved there for work. Or, about 2 years, I wanted to learn Spanish. This gives me even more to respond to.
I like that. It's like a game of ping pong.
Exactly. You hit the ball back. Let's keep playing. What do you do, Owen?
I'm an English student.
Nice. You can make it sound more natural by adding something like, I'm an English student at a local school, or I'm studying English to improve my career.
I'm studying English to improve my career.
Excellent. That gives the listeners something to respond to. They might ask about your career goals or share their own language learning experience.
So the key is to keep giving short details.
Right. Enough to keep it alive, but not too long. You don't want to monologue for 5 minutes about your entire life story. Give bite-sized pieces of information. Think of it like leaving a trail of breadcrumbs. Each detail is a potential conversation path the other person can follow.
Got it. What about hobbies?
Oh, that's a great topic. Hobbies are perfect for finding common interests. You can say, in my free time I like, or I enjoy, or I'm really into. The last one sounds especially natural and enthusiastic.
In my free time, I like watching movies.
That's perfect. Now add a question to keep it going.
How about you? What do you like to do?
Nice. That's how friendships start. But let me give you some pro tips for talking about hobbies. Be specific when you can. Instead of just watching movies, you could say watching Korean dramas or watching sci-fi movies. This specificity helps you connect with people who share that exact interest. Someone might say, "Oh, I love Korean dramas too. Have you seen Squid Game?"
So easy.
Exactly. Simple words, warm tone, that's the secret. Now, let me teach you about something called conversation threading. This is when you pick up on small details from earlier in the conversation and bring them back up later. It shows you were really listening.
What if the conversation stops?
Good question. Conversational lulls happen to everyone, even in your native language. You can restart it by returning to something they said earlier. For example, you mentioned you like hiking. Where do you usually go? Or earlier you said you just moved here. How are you finding it so far?
Ah, yes, like showing interest.
Exactly. English speakers love when you show interest. It makes them feel valued and heard. Another trick is to have some backup topics ready. Safe topics include travel experiences, food and restaurants, movies and TV shows, hobbies, pets, weekend plans, and local events. Topics to generally avoid with new people, politics, religion, money, and personal problems.
So I should listen carefully and ask follow-up questions?
Yes, that's how you make real connections. Let me give you some specific follow-up question starters. What got you interested in? How did you get into? What do you like most about? Have you always? These are versatile and work for almost any topic.
What about polite endings?
When you're ready to end a chat, you can say, "It was nice talking to you," or "I should get going, but it was great meeting you." You can also use, "I've really enjoyed chatting with you," or "This was fun." The key is to sound genuine and positive about the interaction.
That sounds polite.
It is. And you can add, "Let's keep in touch," or "See you around." If you genuinely want to stay connected, you can be more specific. Do you want to exchange numbers, or are you on Instagram? Let's connect. In professional settings, let's exchange business cards, or can I get your email?
It was nice talking to you, Grace. See you around.
Perfect. You sound friendly and confident. Now, there's also the soft exit technique. This is when you give a reason for leaving that's polite and non-offensive. For example, I need to grab something to eat, I should go say hi to some other people, or I have to make a phone call. This way, the other person doesn't feel rejected.
Thanks. I feel like I can actually do this now.
You totally can. Meeting people in English is just about rhythm, tone, and practice. Let me add one more layer here called cultural awareness. In some cultures, being direct is rude, but in English-speaking cultures, especially in North America, being reasonably direct is actually appreciated. It's okay to say what you think, as long as you're polite about it.
Yeah, and now I know the rhythm.
Let's keep going deeper. Let's add some real-world examples. Imagine we're at a coffee shop.
Okay.
I'm a stranger waiting in line. What could you say to start small talk?
Maybe the line's long today.
Perfect. That's small talk magic. Short, friendly, and shared experience. This is what we call an observation opener. You're commenting on something you both can see. It's low risk because you're not putting the other person on the spot.
And then maybe I can say, do you come here often?
Exactly. That sounds natural and curious. Just be aware that "do you come here often" can sometimes sound like a pickup line in certain contexts, especially in bars. In a coffee shop, it's perfectly fine though.
What would you answer?
I'd say, yeah, I come here almost every morning. Their coffee's the best. See how I added a reason? That gives you something to respond to.
And then I could say, oh, nice. I just moved nearby, so I'm still exploring.
Excellent! See how you gave me a detail that invites me to ask more? Now I'm thinking, where did they move from? Or what brought them to the area? You've opened up multiple conversation paths.
Yeah, now you can ask, where did you move from?
Exactly. You're already flowing naturally. This is what conversation should feel like. Each person contributing, showing interest, and building on what was said before.
I like this kind of learning.
Me too. It's how real English is used, in little everyday conversations, not in textbooks with perfect grammar, but in real situations with real people. Let me give you another real-world scenario. The gym.
Okay, that's a tough one for me.
At the gym, you have natural openers. Are you done with this machine? How many sets do you have left? Do you know how this equipment works? These are functional questions that can lead to conversation. If someone is helpful, you can say, "Thanks, are you a regular here?" And the conversation might grow from there.
So there's no special formula, just patterns.
Yes, patterns and friendliness. And always listen more than you talk. The best conversationalists are actually the best listeners. They ask thoughtful questions and genuinely care about the answers. Here's a secret. People love talking about themselves. If you ask good questions and listen actively, they'll think you're a great conversationalist even if you didn't talk that much about yourself.
That's good advice.
Now, let's do another scenario. Meeting coworkers on your first day.
Okay.
Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Grace.
Hi, I'm Owen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Are you new to the team?
Yeah, I just started last week.
Oh, cool. How are you liking it so far?
It's been good. Everyone's really friendly.
That's great to hear. Where were you working before this?
I worked at a small company downtown. It was a different pace, but I'm excited for this new opportunity.
Awesome. You see, that's natural. No big grammar, just rhythm and kindness. In a work setting, you can also ask things like, "What project are you working on?" Or, "How long have you been with the company?" These are appropriate professional questions that help you understand the workplace.
Yeah, I can feel the rhythm again.
Exactly. Now, let's practice pronunciation a bit, because this affects how natural you sound. Say this phrase, "Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you.
Good. In fast speech, it sounds like "nice to meet ya." The words blend together. This is called connected speech or linking, and it's how native speakers actually talk in casual situations.
Nice to meet you.
Perfect. That's how native speakers really say it. English has a lot of these reductions in casual speech. For example, going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, and got to becomes gotta.
So it's okay to sound relaxed?
Totally. In casual English, relaxed pronunciation makes you sound natural, not lazy. However, in formal situations like job interviews or presentations, you might want to pronounce things more clearly. Context matters.
Nice to meet ya.
Excellent. Let me give you a few more common reductions. Did you becomes didja. Don't know becomes dunno. And probably becomes probably.
What about how are you doing?
Great question. It becomes how you doin' in casual speech. This is very common, especially in American English.
How you doing?
Perfect. You're picking it up fast. There's also what you doin' for what are you doing. These contractions and reductions are everywhere in spoken English.
So if someone says, "Hey, how you doing?" I just say, "Good, thanks. How about you?"
Exactly. Short and smooth. Notice how about doesn't reduce, though. Some words reduce, others don't. You'll learn which ones through exposure and practice.
This is fun.
English can be fun when it's conversational. Let me give you some body language tips too, because communication isn't just words. When meeting someone, maintain eye contact for 60 to 70% of the conversation, keep your arms uncrossed and open, nod occasionally to show you're listening, lean in slightly to show interest, and mirror their energy level. If they're quiet and reserved, don't be overly energetic.
I like this kind of learning.
Yes, and that rhythm builds confidence. English is a stress-timed language, which means certain syllables get emphasized. For example, in nice to meet you, the stress is on meet. This creates the rhythm. Let's practice some stressed patterns. Great to meet you. Love to hear it. Sounds really good.
Okay, can we do one last practice?
Sure. Imagine you're meeting someone new at a party.
Okay. Hey, I'm Owen.
Hey, Owen. I'm Grace. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How do you know the host?
We work together. How about you?
I'm a friend of his from college. We were roommates, actually.
Oh, cool. Small world. What did you guys study?
Computer science. We spent way too many late nights debugging code together.
That sounds both painful and fun. Are you still in tech?
Yeah, I'm a software developer now. What do you do?
I'm in marketing. Totally different world from coding.
Yeah, but probably uses a lot of creativity, right?
Definitely. You know, this has been a great conversation.
Yeah, it has. Let me grab your contact info before we get pulled into other conversations.
Sure. Here, let me give you my Instagram.
Perfect. Great meeting you, Grace.
That's it. You just had a full English introduction and conversation. See how naturally it flowed? You asked questions, shared details, showed interest, and even managed the ending with getting contact information.
That was easy.
And that's how it should feel. Easy and real. You used everything we discussed. Greetings, questions based on context, follow-up questions, sharing personal details, showing interest, and polite closings.
Thanks, Grace. I think I'm ready to meet people in English now.
You definitely are. Remember, confidence, tone, and kindness. Those three things will take you far. Let me add one final principle. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not in English. If you're naturally quiet, it's okay to be a thoughtful listener. If you're naturally energetic, let that show. Authenticity is attractive in any language.
Confidence, tone, and kindness. I'll remember that.
Good. And here's some homework for you listeners. This week, try to start one conversation in English with someone new. It could be at a coffee shop, at work, at school, or even online. Use the patterns we discussed. Notice how they respond. Reflect on what worked and what didn't. Real improvement comes from real practice.
That's good homework.
Also, watch English TV shows or movies and pay attention to how characters meet and talk. Notice their greetings, their small talk, how they ask questions, and how they show interest. Shows like Friends or The Office are great for this because they have lots of everyday conversations.
I'll definitely do that.
And remember, everyone, even native speakers have awkward conversations sometimes. Don't let one weird interaction discourage you. Each conversation is practice. Each one makes you better. The person who has the most conversations, even awkward ones, will become the most skilled conversationalist.
That makes me feel better about making mistakes.
Mistakes are just proof that you're trying. And next time, we'll practice conversations in restaurants and cafes. And we'll also cover how to handle difficult conversations when you don't understand something or need someone to repeat themselves.
Can't wait.
Great job today, Owen. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on English Conversations Made Easy. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity. Go out there and practice.
Thanks, Grace. See you next time.
See you next time, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep talking. Bye.
Bye.